Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Pig, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to discuss something I think is quite unique when it comes to closing and being a master closer. Have you ever heard the expression, put them in a box? I'm sure anybody in the sales industry has heard that expression, but do you actually know what it means? Well, what I did is I have a box here, and I'm going to teach you about it. So, it's very important to put somebody in a box, because if you put somebody in a box, then the close is very easy. The close is a lay down. So first of all, there's 4 lids to a box, and I have labeled each box, each lid for you. The first lid now, in order to close a box, you have to have all 4 lids closed, and it's closed, it's taped up, and you're ready for the close now. Of course, there's steps along the way as you're closing a lid, along with like transitional questions and questions that allow you to get confirmation that the end user is sold on what you're offering. So the first lid in the box is obviously you. It's you. You. It's all about your warm up. It's all about putting the customer on a pedestal. Filling them full of ether, getting them excited. Now, keep in mind, it's all about you. So if they're talking about their fish on the wall, even though you caught a bigger fish, it doesn't matter. You talk about their fish. Find stuff in your house that you can have common ground with them about. You see a fishing pole, talk to them about fishing. If you see a trophy about soccer, talk to them about soccer. But keep in mind, it's all about them, the whole entire warm-up. So during the warm-up, the customer is in control. The customer, you want to keep them in control, let them speak, and all you're doing is gathering ammunition for the close. That's all you're doing the entire time. Don't laugh too much, because then you're going to be their friend, and then at the end they're going to say, it's okay, you know why I'm not buying, you're my friend, you're my buddy. So don't laugh too much and don't become their friend, but make them think that you are their friend. It's psychological. So it's all about you. If you do a proper warm up and they like you, then this isn't going to be an issue. Now, so if if the warm up is all about them, how do you take control over in a transition going from them to the company, the product, and etc.? How do you take the transition of that? Well, there's a few ways that you can do that. The first way is you take control. Now, when you're doing in-home sales, I'm going to give you an example. When I'm doing in-home sales, when the warm-up is ending, it starts to get awkward. You can see that there's nothing else to say. You've exhausted all conversation pieces. How long does a warm-up take? As long as it takes. There's no time limit on a warm-up. It takes as long as it takes. You will know as a good master closer when that warm-up is completed. You'll feel an uncomfortable feeling. So when you take control over the warm-up, you take control by asking them to do something for you. So once again, let's pretend that we're in a house doing a presentation. You would say, excuse me, would you mind getting me some water? So what you're doing now is you're taking control back by getting this person up and going to get water for you. When you take control over it, at that point the conversation's over. You now have the warm up is over. You now have control. You're getting your water, and you're gonna say thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it was very nice speaking with you and hearing about all the great stories about your grandchildren, your fishing, your trips, your hiking, whatever it may be, your boating, whatever it may be. You say it was very good talking to you about that. Thank you very much for the water. So if you did a proper warm up, that lid is closed. There should be no issues about you anymore. Now, the next lid is going to be the company. You have to give a company presentation. Who are you and why should they do business with you? For example, our company has an A+ rating across the board. We have no complaints with the BBB. We're respected, and we're also in several different magazines as a top leader. We've been interviewed. We're on podcasts. We've been on ABC, CNN, whatever it may be, whatever your company presentation is, you want to go ahead and explain this to them. And how do you know when this lid is closed? How do you know when you're supposed to close this lid? You're going to ask them. You're going to ask them after you're done doing your company presentation. You'll look at them and say, let me ask you a question. Does that sound like a company you will feel comfortable doing business with? Yes. So first of all, you're getting a yes. You're getting a McNabe nod. You're yes, absolutely. Okay, fantastic. That should no longer be an issue. So you can close the lid on the company. Done. Now we have 2 lids closed. The next one is going to be about the product. What is your product? How does it solve their problems that they're having? How can it help their life? How can it give them a peace of mind? How can it protect their property or their car or their children or whatever you're pitching? It doesn't matter. The lids on the box can be for any product and service on earth. It works the same no matter what. It's all psychological. It's a psychological close is what you're doing here by putting them in a box. So the product. The product. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and express my product. Hotels, etc. We're in 141 countries. We have over 3 million discounts, not available to the public, up to 75% off. You can make unlimited bookings instantly right on your phone. It's just as safe and secure as Kayak or Expedia and Travelocity. The only difference is you're getting up to 80 or 70% off your retail rates. So I explained my product. Now, in this particular situation, I'm going to use, once again, my company to kind of clarify it. I would ask them, now, let me ask you a question. Would you want to travel at all without the Hotels, etc. membership? Does this sound like this is something that could save you money? Yes, absolutely. McNabe knob. You want to get yeses out of this. So if you notice, I asked 2 questions. The first question is a no, and the second question is a yes. So I instantly had them put no in their mind, but I concluded with a yes and a McNabe knob. I concluded with confirmation that my product is something that they want, my product or service. Once again, you can do this with cars, real estate. You can do it with e-commerce businesses. You can do it with home improvement services. Anything you sell, you can do this with. It works. It's foolproof. I've been using it for many, many, many years, and I close 90% of all business anybody I sit in front of. I will guarantee to close 90 to 92% of everybody I sit in front of. And I use this structure. I use the same structure no matter what product and service I'm selling. So now that I just got the McNabe knob, this is a product that will definitely help them save money, and it will allow their family to travel more. I shut that lid. So I have 3 lids now closed, and there's one last lid. And I'm going to give you a second just to have you think about what that last lid could possibly be. All right. So you ready for the final lid? Drum roll, please. The final list. It's all about the money. It's the price. It's the price. If you've done your presentation correctly, the price should not be an issue, especially if you ask a pre-close. So when you're going through your price because it's all about the money, right? But they already confirmed that this is a product that they need or want and desire. They already like you. You guys did an excellent warm up because it's all about the warm up. It is. It's all about the warm up, the presentation. It's all about the presentation, but the warm up is the masterpiece of a master close. You have to get that warm up perfected. And keep in mind, it's all about them. And then you do your product presentation, your company presentation. You got yes, yes, and yes. Now you're ready for the 4th yes, right? The yes. And this is where you come in and start to build up your master close. So it's all about the price. Now, once you you ask them, and keep in mind, you don't want to say today too many times in your throughout your close. You want to say it at the beginning, maybe converting from you to the product. You want to probably say today. And then in a close, you'll want to say today. But you don't want to say it too much because you're overwhelming them. So the price. So you roll out your price, and then before you ask your master close, you do a pre-close. Let me ask you a question. Other than price or payment, would there be any reason why you would not do business with me today? And just be quiet and listen. It's not your turn to speak. You don't have enough information to even communicate. Right now, you need to listen. Even if they say no, or they say yes, whatever the answer may be, you want to listen. There's more information to come. Watch their jugular and their throat start to bounce. Watch them start to sweat, because here comes the price. And everybody's going to protect their wallet. Everybody. So you have to make sure that this price, you roll it out properly, and you do a good transition question. Let me ask you a question. Other than the price or payment, would there be any reason you would not do business with me today? Excellent. Well, I promise I will not let price and payment stand in the way of what you need, want, and deserve. And I'm going to go ahead at that time, and I'm going to congratulate them and welcome to my company. Even though I haven't got a hard commitment, I am now assuming the sale. I'm going to congratulate them and say, I will not let price or payment stand in the way of what your family needs, wants, and desires. So welcome to the company. Then you get out and you start rolling out the price, and then you do your master close, which we're going to get into more videos as we progress forward. I'm actually going to break these lids down to in more depth throughout different videos. So just kind of look for those videos. When I put a video on there, the proper product presentation, the proper company presentation, and the proper warm up, and the proper price, the price offer that you're going to come out with, and then the proper closing, master closing. This technique works. Once you have these people in the box, so you notice how the company and price is on the bottom, and the product and you are on top. Product and you. Because if you are sold yourself and they're sold on you and they believe you as a professional in the industry and they love the product and they need the product and service and they want the product and service, the company and price is nothing at all. It's all about what they want, need, and desire. Then you tape that box up and you close them up. So this is what I consider putting somebody in a box. There's a mythology behind that expression that people, you may have heard and you may not have heard, but putting people in a box sets you up and prepares you for a master close. Now keep in mind, a master closer is one who can convey their message with the least amount of words spoken. So during this, and these transitions, you want to speak 80% or 20% of the time, you speak 20 and listen 80. And you do this because if you're sitting there talking to somebody and you're pitching them and you see some type of movement or their eyes go this way or that way, or you don't have their attention, you need to do something. You need to bring their attention back. Completely stop what you're doing and say, I'm sorry, did you have a question? Stop right where you're at, because this is about them. This is their product and service, and you're not there unless you're a professional visitor, which I'm not. I'm coming there to close business. You want to make sure that there's no questions on the table or no doubts in their mind before you even get to the close. So you ask certain questions throughout it, and if you see any hesitation or any doubts or any type of change in physiology and demeanor, you want to immediately stop and ask them if they have any questions before you continue. Now, one thing like I like to do, so you don't want to be a robot and just sit there and just go along with your presentation, your pitch, and just blah, 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 and not care about the end user. So throughout the presentation, if you feel that somebody is not paying attention, there's many ways you can grab their attention. And we're going to go into this even further in more videos. But you'll want to say, hey, and the cow, I'm doing a presentation and the cow jumped over the moon and stubbed his toe. But anyways, the product will look so great on your home. I think it'd be fantastic. And then stop and stare at them and don't say a word. Now, one of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to just stare at you and say, okay, I'm listening. Then I would reply, thank you. Because I just told you the cow jumped over the moon and stubbed his toe and you agreed with it. Or you could stop and say, anyways, my product and my company does this. What's my name, by the way? Put them right on the spot. Hammer them right on the spot. If they say, oh, I forgot. No problem. I forgot yours too. My name is Sean. Shake their hand again and reintroduce yourself. You have to stop and make sure your warm-up was effective enough for a master close. So whatever the presentation is, you should never feel uncomfortable. You know where to leave off. You know where to pick up. You know the answers to everything because you're a master. You're a master at what you're doing. So by doing this type of sales methodology and putting them in a box, the close is nothing but asking for the business. Now, here's how you ask for the business. So the price is $5,476, only $47 a month. Now, when the job is completed and you're satisfied, would you rather write a check or take advantage of the monthly payments? And then shut up. Shut up. Don't say anything. Even if they start puking, blah, 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 blah. You need all this information now. You need everything. You need everything because you're not going to be able to get them to sign the paper. There's a lot of techniques to closing, master closing, and I'm going to do this throughout my videos, and I'm going to explain the different master closing techniques that I've learned, that I've experienced, and that I even developed throughout my career, and I'm going to educate everybody on this, and I'm going to educate you to take your closing rate from 30% to 90%. I'm pretty passionate about master closing. I love teaching it. I love training it, and I thank you very much for watching this video. If it resonates with you, or if you feel what I'm talking about, please hit the like button, the subscribe button. You definitely want to stay in tune with all my videos as I'm putting them out. I do have my Roku channel out now. It's going live today. So I will add the link to my YouTube channel. And then we're also having an Apple Stick and Fire TV coming out. Apple TV and Fire Stick coming out. So I will update everybody on that as well as my podcast. But as of right now, I want you to really focus on the lid, the four components of the lid. It's you, it's the company, it's the product, and it's all about the price. And if you did a good enough presentation, then the close is nothing but a lay down. Thank you once again. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave me comments because your comments inspire me to help deliver more knowledge and education to you. Thank you. Until next time, y'all have a wonderful day.